Fifi. Fifi. What are you thinking? Good morning, tried to post. Good morning, Palin. Delta, thank you very much for the 35 months. That's almost 6 years. True. How you doing? Good morning, Carl. Fifi was just doing big zoomies, and then as soon as I start, she just stopped. Oh, there we go. Proof that there are zoomies in there. Oh no, poor Gerry set off his schnuffs. Hello. Here's the police. Good morning, Sarah. Morning, Alex and Panda and Saffron and Chef. Good morning, Bubble and Bee. How are you doing? Morning, Limewood. Morning, Monmouth. Good morning, Nightsham. Oh, Jerry's been very sneezy the last couple of days, so you might do big schnuffs. Oh, poor little baby. Good morning, David. Morning, Max. Good morning, Crispy. I'm thinking I might, because we were meant to, oh, good morning, Harry. Morning, Rob. Max, thank you very much for the 45 months, 45 years of Gerry and Fifi. Ah, and at tier 2, so it's 90 years. Thank you. Good morning, Sarah. Morning, Hansan. Can I just say I did not know how Kirsty had the energy to stream yesterday. Wait, after whatchamacallit, FanFest. Sorry, I was scratching my head and the camera was just going slowly pointing down. Morning, Thomas. Off tomorrow doing anything nice? Not super nice. No, basically, we've got someone coming around to fix something in the house. And we're not sure if the bunnies can be around it. So we've got to move the bunnies upstairs. So whilst the bunnies are moved upstairs, I'm going to take that time to bleach the floor around the litter tray. So it's not a very fun day off. It's just well, I may as well do this whilst I can sort of day off. So it'll just be a day of cleaning. Nothing particularly fun, and hopefully it'll be okay for them to just have spend the day upstairs in the bedroom, and then fingers crossed if I can air it enough, they can come back down and be in their space for night time. Hopefully. But yeah, that's all. And then Friday, I'm just helping look after a friend who's having some surgery done. So I'm going to go around and look after them for the day. So it's a bit of a light week this week on the schedule. But there'll still be some good funs. It's going to be odd today. I have to remind myself not to go into the office. I'm so used to Monday, office time. But yeah. Bunnies, would you like your breakfast? Gerry did tiny zoomies earlier because Fifi was doing zoomies, and it sort of influenced you, didn't it? You did a tiny little boing. How was Goblin Coombe? Oh my gosh, Goblin Coombe was so lovely. I'm so glad we went because we were we've wanted to go for so long and we don't want to miss the mushroom season. And for some reason... So, okay, basically what happened, let me give the bunnies their breakfast because otherwise they're just going to be like, what the heck? Oh, I just realised I did their treat and then didn't bring it in. So basically, if you say the bus from Bristol to Goblin Coombe, it said coming up to 2 hours or something, and I was oh, there's quite a long journey for a day trip on a weekend if we only want to go for a little bit and be back for this and blah blah blah. And then it turns out that basically the bus, so say Goblin Coombe is this pellet and the bus stop is here and here, it was saying to get off the bus here and do a 45-minute walk round to here. Whereas we were like, we can just get off the bus here and do a 7-minute walk there. So it turned out to actually only take about an hour to get there, which was fine. Because it just meant, I think it's because it thought we specifically wanted to go to one particular part of the wood, when really we walked through like Cleve Wood to get to Goblin Combe, and it was really lovely. So yeah, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Anne-Hole. So in the end, turns out it's really easy to get to, really quick, and really lovely. So I'm glad we did go. It was a bit of a spontaneous thing. We were like, should we just do it? Should we just go? We're like, if the weather looks like it's not going to be terrible, we'll go. And we did, and I'm glad we did. It's just so nice being in, like, because there are woods in Bristol, but they're the sort of woods that if you turn down any, well, apart from Lee Woods, they're the sort of woods that if you turn down any track, you'll pretty much start seeing houses immediately. So it was nice to just be in a wood where you could walk around and get lost. Felt very nice. Good morning, Hanny. So yeah, it was lovely, and we got to see goats and so many mushrooms. Morning, Asanta. Yeah, it's nice because in our woods recently, there's just not really, like last year, you'd get like a few like turkey tails and dryad saddle and that sort of stuff, and then this year there's just not really been any of it. I don't know if we just missed it. The nature reserve near me is like that. You can walk in one direction, not see houses, but the moment you turn off, you see them in 5 minutes. Yeah. VV8 Goblin Combe. No goblins though. No, they all stayed hidden. I don't think we went deep enough to disturb them. Harry, thank you very much for the 40 months. Beep beep boop beep. Hi Bronchi, this seems so silly. 40 G's? And Med, oh my gosh, it's been too long. I need healing by bunny wholesomeness. Thank you so much for the sub. Oh yeah, the pumpkin picking. Yeah, I had a really lovely weekend. The pumpkin picking was really nice. And then as we were on the way back from Goblin Combe, we had a message saying that, like from Tom asking if we wanted to go to the cinema because he was meant to go somewhere, but for those outside the UK, there's a lot of flooding across the UK at the moment, and places are just closing. Like you can't really get to the Midlands at the moment. So yeah, there was. He was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to the cinema. Do you want to come with?" So we had like an impromptu cinema trip. Jerry, squish her in. And then yeah, but the best part about the whole weekend was very soppy. Wait, you should go for some mountains. Even 1 week will improve asthma. Wait, what? What, being up a mountain? What, because of the, what's it called? Breathing at altitude. The long buns, they are long buns. Good morning, Megalomaniac. My favourite part of the weekend was my niece finally, well, she got her first phone. She has a phone now, so she added me on WhatsApp, and I was just watching some TV, and I looked down, and she'd sent me a message saying, "Love you," and I was like, oh my, because obviously when you have like little children and stuff, and they're told to just be like, you know, if you say I love you, and they'll be like I love you, and they're just repeating it back. Whereas the fact that she actually sent me that message and I saw the message, I just cried, and Alex was like, what? I was just like, she said she loves me. He was like, what? I just went really soppy. So yeah, oh my gosh, I can now pester her with memes, which is nice. Who, you didn't eat any of those mushrooms you shared? I did not. didn't see any like chicken of the woods or anything. But oh my gosh, seeing the puffballs was amazing. I'd never seen puffballs before, and I was literally like, we were stood near them, and because it was raining, but the leaves above were so thick, you and like it wasn't really hitting us at all, and one drop must have just fallen down on this puffball as I was looking at it, and it just did its like little puff. We were like, what? So then we spent ages just like, okay, I'll put my phone in slow motion and you light it with your torch and then we're poking with a stick. we just like two big kids running around the woods poking mushrooms with sticks. It was good fun. But yeah, good morning, Dave. Morning, Cow. I was excited when my niece got her phone. Now I'm tech support hotline for her. I found a big porcini mushroom in those the other day on a walk. So I took it home and had it for dinner. Oh my gosh, nice. Nice. I just love seeing mushrooms. Our woods have been a wee bit lacking, like I said, but literally, like in Goblin Combe, we didn't even go off the path really, apart from for one bit when we went up to this like nature reserve where the goats were. But we still saw like so many. So the next time we go back, we want to go off the beaten track a bit more, and see if we can see something more. At one point, I got really excited because I thought we were seeing like tiny fly agaric, but it turned out it was just berries that had a mold infestation. Morning, Miss Ira. Morning, Shadow. Good morning, Annie. Fungi and deep sea creatures are aliens, and no one can convince me otherwise. I mean, yeah, they are a bit odd, but I love them. I even love mushrooms. It's just so exciting to see them. And I saw like there were these big like chunky slugs as well. There was one slug that was just chowing down on a puffball, having a whale of a time. And at one point when we first saw the goats, we were like, oh no, are these goats going to be okay with us approaching them like this? Oh, Gerry. Big sniffer. Big sniffer. And but yeah, they were chill. I was like, oh no, what if they suddenly run towards us? What do we do? But there was one goat that really reminded me of Fifi, because they kept on just getting stuck in awkward situations, but because they were eating food, they didn't seem to notice. Just like you, Fafa. Tea. I'm excited for Planet Earth 3 to see more weird stuff on it. I've never seen Planet Earth, the TV show. I've seen the place just from various angles. I saw a little mouse in a bush and have a big rat having a stroll. Ah, it's impressive fungus knowledge. They're just really cool. I saw I think like a tiny purple jelly ear as well, which was such a lovely colour. Such a lovely colour. Saffron. What if the mushrooms suddenly just charge? What do you do? Good morning, exec. But yeah, it was a lovely weekend. The pumpkin picking was really good as well. So it's at this place. It made me giggle. It's at this place called Avon Valley, which is like. So every year at Avon Valley, they have this thing called Fear, which is one of those, you go into a maze and people in costume chase you around and they jump out at you. And it's one of those types of places. And they also have pumpkin fields there. So you drive up and there's a crossroad and there's a big sign and it says Fear pumpkins. So it's like, oh, what mood am I in today? What do I want to experience? Do I want to experience fear? No, I'll go to pumpkins this time. So yeah, we had a slightly calmer day of pumpkins instead of fear. I love those Halloween haunted mazes. I worry that Ted, thank you very much for the 35 months. I fear pumpkins. No. No. They're fine. Maybe a little gaudy. No, they're fine. What if they combine the two and jump out? Do you know there was someone dressed up walking around and I was like, you better not come near me. And they were like, no, they're just for having photos taken with. They won't do anything. But I worry that I'm a puncher. So yeah, precisely, Sarah. I worry that I would be exactly the same because I'm like, if someone did jump out at me, I probably wouldn't think I would just attack. So, because it happened to a friend of mine who used to work at one of those places, and she jumped out at someone and got punched. So yeah, I don't think it would be good. I just like all sort of common sense goes out the window when spooked. So yeah. I held his hand and made him carry my bag to prevent. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you do that at Disney Halloween stuff, they escort you from the park. Oh, she's stretched. Oh my goodness. I'm fine with the stuff because that's the way I perceive everybody all the time. Oh no. I mean, I might be fine. It might be that I wouldn't react that way, but I'm just so worried that I would react that way and I'd feel too bad. I mean, most likely, normally what I do if I'm made to jump is I'm like a pangolin. I just roll up on the floor. So I might just do that, but I don't know if it's worth the risk. So yeah, we went to the pumpkin patches instead. And it was so cute. Alex was so excited. It made me so happy. He was just like, he was so excited to be, like pushing the wheelbarrow around and choosing his pumpkin and everything. It was really lovely. So we got 2 big pumpkins and 3 little pumpkins. Honeyton, thank you very much for the follow. Instinct to ball up and cry is also my immediate reaction. Just do everything. I imagine the verb is to pangle. Yeah. Yeah. So Ayanho never said hello. He was terrified of surprising me and just punch him. No! I wouldn't punch Anho. I mean, unless he tries to fight me. Which we've already talked about before. So you never know. Why not the best method of punch and then cry in a boat? This is true. Best of both worlds. Do a sonic attack. Oh my gosh. We've established we would fight each other. I mean, it's just going to be... I'll suggest it for Jingle Jam. Do it for charity. But yeah, it was very lovely. I'd happily go back next year. The pumpkins were so cute. So cute. And the display was really nice as well. They did have like a bunch of other stuff. They had like what do you call it? They had some little fairground rides, but it was sort of children's ones. But they also had like, you know, the typical like shoot a bottle and beanbag toss a tin or whatever they're called. It was stuff like that. But we didn't have a go at any of that. What, Ted? What the heck? What the heck? Yeah, like carnival games. And they had food and such, and a cute little gift shop. But yeah, we just got the pumpkins. I resisted the spoopy things. Beanbag tosser didn't sound like a posh British name. I was thinking that because I'm always like, I don't think British places sound that ridiculous. But then when I was looking at the map when we were like stood at the edge of Cleve Wood, and it was just like, ah yes, to get to Gobbling Combe, first you must go through Cleve Toot. And I was like, no, I get it now. I get why people think we're ridiculous. I understand. But yeah, it was a very lovely weekend though. Lots of fun. And I would definitely go back to both. Yeah. We also got to watch one of the most ridiculous episodes of Poirot we've ever seen. Which was season 2, episode 2, Morning Ned. And it's just so bizarre. It's one of the weirdest ones yet. But I think we've got Rythian into watching Poirot now because he watched the Orient Express with David Suchet, that version, last night. He said it was very good. So fingers crossed. Did Poirot do the murder? Alex had a theory the other day that was Hastings is actually the mastermind and he frames all these people for crime because he wants to keep Poirot happy with having murders to solve. So he's actually behind everything. I've started watching again since all this talk about it. Are you watching from the beginning? Have you heard about Nazi wanting to use Taboo as a shot put? No? What the heck? What the heck? Poor little Taboo. It's just a tiny baby. You could follow in the footsteps of Tom Scott and travel from Pratt's Bottom to Bull's Cross. Oh. Ooh. The Orient Express with Kenny B is awful. The acting is dreadful even compared to... Series 1 of Poirot is amazing. How dare you? How dare you? Apparently they weigh the same. Oh, no. He's just teeny tiny. Poirot's a British crime show. Yeah, it's about set in sort of the 1920s, 1930s. It's about a detective. Sort of like Sherlock Holmes-esque, like he'll solve it before anyone else has even like put 2 and 2 together at all, sort of thing. He's smart. I'm jumping around seasons, don't want to watch episodes where I remember the end. Oh, that's fair news. See, I can't really remember any episodes of Poirot at all. Despite I must have seen loads. But I can't specifically remember any apart from the very last episode. That one stuck with me. The season finale. But yeah. I think it was Death in the Sky where the policeman suspected Poirot and Poirot said, if I wanted to commit murder, you would not even be aware murder could be committed. Oh my gosh. Lydia is very into Poirot, which is why Hastings is called Hastings. She bloomin' loves it. She was saying the other day that she wishes she could like wipe her memory of Poirot and watch it all again from the first time. But yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I forgot about little Lumbo being after Columbo. I've never seen Columbo. Oh, Gerry. But yeah. Eee. Dee, 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 dee. It's like a more formal Jonathan Creek. I watched one episode of Jonathan Creek and it freaked me out so much that I've never seen any other episode. Because it's like, it was about, spoilers for if you ever want to watch Jonathan Creek. It was about this house that was haunted, and it was something that was like, no one's been able to solve it must be a haunted house. We can't work out how anyone's. Yes, Ted. Yes. So it was basically like no one has ever, like anyone who stays in this house, in this particular room maybe, they disappear. So they're like, okay, someone stays in this room, we never see them again, that's it, dead. And then he's like, there must be a reason for this. This can't be a haunted house. That's ridiculous. So he stays in the house. And well, I don't know. I guess caveat is if you don't want to be spoiled for this. But it turns out that everyone survives through the night, but when you get up in the morning, they have like slime that drips down onto the bed or something. So everyone gets up and they're like, oh, well, I guess I'll have a bath to wash myself. So they get up and the bath has this trigger so that when it gets to a certain weight, it falls down. It basically opens like a trap door and they fall into this big pile of like bodies. And it's horrendous. It was so horrendous. And he does manage to get out, obviously, because that wasn't just the end of Jonathan Creek. But yeah, it just freaked me out so much that, oh yeah, the water tank. It just freaked me out so much that I was just like, I do not like this show. So that is literally the only episode Fifi ever watched. Fifi, 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 Fifi. Fifi's been in a certain mood recently. I don't know if you can tell. Haven't you, Fifi? Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Lovely Fifi. I like Jonathan Creek's house. He lived in a windmill, did he? That is cute. On Saturday I met a doggo who is fake pregnant. Yeah, dogs get that. They get like phantom pregnancies. There was someone I knew who they had a little dog that used to be like I think they had been bred from a few times sort of thing. That had a few litters. They'd written a few letters. Basically they would have these like, because every time they would be going to have the babies, they'd drive them to the vet sort of thing. So it got to the point where if they had phantom pregnancies, they would just have to put them in the car, drive towards the vet, and then come back home and the dog would be like, another successful babies. And then it would just be fine for like another year or so. But yeah, very odd. Poor little puppy. Poor little puppy thinking they're having all the babies. She just pees and eats a lot. They definitely don't have Cushing's, do they? Just checking. Dogs can have phantom pregnancies, yeah. Yeah. The owner was at the vet with her. Okay. That's all right. Funny little doggos. Could just see Jerry's little wiggle sniffer. Sniffle snaffling away under Fifi. Cozy little snoot. Oh, also on Friday, Oh, no, I also didn't say on Sunday. On Sunday, I also went to a wedding fair with my friend because she's getting married next year and I'm one of her bridesmaids. So we went to a wedding fair and got to look at all the, oh my gosh, there was this amazing, oh, can I remember her name? I want to say like Liz Sheridan or something. She does these like 3-minute portraits and it's basically like a photo booth. But she sits in one half of it and you go in and then she draws you through the little gap and then prints it out the side like a like the normal little like photo booth slot. She just pushed the picture out there. And I was like, that's such a cute idea. I was so tempted to get one. But yeah, it was very lovely. Glad you didn't go to the wedding unfair. Well, it was actually called the unwedding fair because it was meant to be like alternative things. It was very cool. You're gonna be the Melissa McCarthy of the friend group. I still haven't actually seen Bridesmaids. I have seen it, and I couldn't tell you anything that happens in that film. Twitch wedding when? Wait, a Twitch wedding? Who's marrying Twitch? Can't marry Twitch. Can't marry all of it. It's too much. One in life, like. But yeah, it was very cute. And the only person doing cake there was also it turns out that all of their cakes were vegan. So I actually got to try all of the cake because at first I saw it and was like, ooh, but I can't have it. But then it turned out it was very good. Very good. You getting married? Not again. No. I've gone into the habit of teasing my cat. I boop her snoot a lot and she likes it, so I've started going boop, but stopping short and watching her strain a little snoot towards the boop. Oh, oh bless. Oh. What type of cake did you have at your wedding? So I didn't want to have the traditional like one size fits all sort of wedding cake. So we actually had I think we had 10 cakes at our wedding. Because I didn't want it to just be like there's like a gluten-free option sort of thing. So I was like, do you know what? We're gonna have like there's 4 different gluten-free ones and then there's like 6 other cakes and like some of the flavors were doubled up. But then we didn't want people to miss out on having if one flavor went. So yeah, we had a lot of cakes. But they were all just, just like normal cakes. It wasn't like tiered wedding cakes or anything. Oh yeah, and we had cupcakes as well. We had cupcakes for the evening part. But I never got to try any of my wedding cake. 'Cause I started feeling like after the what? The speeches. I think the day just suddenly hit me and I felt overwhelmed. So Alex was like, let's just go and look at the place where we're going to be having the dancing. So we just went for a little walk together as husband and wife. And by the time I got back, they'd cleared the cake away. And then the next day, we went to go and pick up the rest of the cakes. And it turns out, oh, Gerry, hang on. Let me, Fifi. I'll let the boy have his snuffs. Fifi. Doh. Hang on. Let me put you, oh, geez, Fifi. Poor little boy. I know. Sounds like a train. Oh, poor little guy. Yeah, we're meant to be like waking for like another week or so before we get Gerry checked out, but I think I might just take him in early because he's getting worse, bless him. Bless he. You feeling okay? Feeling a bit better? Hmm? Oh, poor little guy. Poor little guy. You still got more? Don't know if there's still more in there. Jim's still got schnuffs. Huh? No, you attacking me? What did I do? I didn't give you the schnuffs. Hmm? Oh, baby boy. You're a bit dazed now. No, that's the thing. It never does seem to bother him. Like, he never really panics when he sneezes. He just sort of gets on with it and then he's back to normal, which is good. But panics me. But yeah. It just feels like, I mean, it's been going on for like a year now. All of this snuffle sneezing. It's more bothered by the flu stealing, yeah. Oh, for heaven's sake, Fifi. You two are a little mischievous today. I want to have this here so I can break it up if you start being amorous. Gerry seems to be, guess this is my life now kind of guy. Yeah, he is. This is the problem, like, when she does start humping him, he just sort of goes like, okay. But then the other day he did start telling her off and they had a bit of a scuffle, which was worrying. So I had to separate them for a little bit. But she's just suddenly got it back into her system. But it scares me. Because part of me immediately goes like, oh, what if it's because she knows something I don't, and she's like, oh, he is weakening, now's my chance to take the throne, sort of thing. So I do worry that she's tuned into something I'm not. Poor baby boy. You're going through the wars recently, aren't you? He's only 2. True. I don't think that's how it works. But it's what my brain gets paranoid about. I think I just spend my life paranoid that there's something wrong with the bunnies. Hello. I think that's just parenthood. It's the constant stress and worry, but it all balances out because of how much love you get. Don't dare get on top of the table, she might long live the king him. No. Oh no. But yeah, I think the annoying thing is just like how long it's been going on. Like I said, like he's been on how many antibiotics now? He's nebulized like twice a day. He's on bisolven, which is meant to break down snuffy things. But I guess the good thing is, touch wood, that it doesn't seem to have got worse in all that time. Why would the female hump the male? That's actually more common in bunnies. The females tend to be, it's all just like a dominance thing. And in bunny relationships, more often than not, it'll be the lady who calls the shots. So yeah, it's not actually about mating at all. It is just a dominance display. So I think maybe she is just, I don't know, she suddenly just got some sort of idea that she's like, actually, I'm going to be in charge. much. But yeah. Dear, oh dear. God gives the bravest bunnies his toughest sniffles. Oh no! Are you a brave boy, Gerry? Oh, she's distracted herself now, eating on the loo. As you do. Gerry did his time with his last wife. Well, his last two wives. He was... So for the first bunny... Because I remember when we first bonded, Genevieve and Gerry, and I sent a message to his previous bun mum saying like, oh my gosh, she just bullies him. I'm so sorry. Your little boy is now just getting beaten up by my cow. And she was like, oh no, he's used to it. Pam was exactly the same. So yeah, I think that's why he all of a sudden when he met his third wife was just like, do you know what? I'm going to be in charge this time. This is my moment. Gonna change the tide for Gerry. And Fifi's very easygoing, so she didn't really mind. But did you just accidentally climb into the water bowl, Fifi? But yeah, they are funny little things. He did change so much when we lost Genevieve. Like, he all of a sudden just... I mean, that's why we started calling him Gerry Big Bollocks, because he all of a sudden did just start, like, storming around the house. He, like, really came out of his little shell. He was, he went from being this bunny who you never really saw to all of a sudden just being, like he is now. Like, nipping you if you stop giving him cuddles and stuff, and... Yeah, it's a brave little boy now, aren't you? Like, when we had people come round, he would always just run. If he wasn't already hiding in a box, he would just run away. Whereas now, he put two and two together that people have hands and can therefore give cuddles. Used to be a hermit crab, yeah. Just a shy boy. But yes. Hey, Gerry? Boop, 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 boop. Gerry, would you like a treat that I realised I left in the kitchen? But this is why the bestest boy deserves to not be sneezing all the time. Because I do worry about the long-term damage it's doing every time he's having these attacks. What's this little hand doing all the way out here? There we go. Because it can't be good for little babies. But yeah, okay. Treat. Right, I've left it in the kitchen, so I'll leave Gerry in charge for a little bit. Wait there, Gerry. Good boy. Oh, Gerry. Immediately. Hello. Ooh. Dee. Do you want big leaf? Big leaf? Gerry? No, Gerry, you can have your own big leaf. No, Gerry, no, you've got both big leaves. Gerry! Gerry! Oh, Gerry, look at your little leaf chops. Little leaf chops. I did also get you a blueberry each. Okay, Gerry. Your moustache. You got a little leaf moustache. There's one. There's one. Gerry. Fifi. Is that nice? Fifi, get your head out of there. Oh my goodness, bunnies really have no sense of personal space. Hi. Searching for more leaf? Hmm? I love that Fifi always checks Gerry's mouth and see if there's anything to steal. She does. It's like sometimes I'll be trying to hand them both food and she'll just check his mouth first instead of checking what I'm trying to give her. I guess she just thinks it's easier. You can see his tiny little sponge paw in there. Little sponge. Gerry. It is tough being a Gerry, isn't it? Maybe she thinks he's the favourite. No, I think bunnies just have that real like I can give them both the exact same treat at the exact same time and they'll still chase each other around and try to get the other bunny's treats because I think they're very like grass is greener and they assume that the other bunny got this, even though they like the treat they've got, they assume they got one that's twice as amazing sort of thing. They're just pickles. Just pickles, aren't you? What lovely pickles. I just realised Fifi's got into the kitchen with the pumpkin, so hopefully she's not gonna... Oh no, she's back. Hello. Bye-bye. Oh, food tastes better when you steal it. Yeah, it's like if someone else makes you a cup of tea. It tastes nicer than a cup of tea that you made yourself because you didn't have to make it. It's like that. Their treats are always going to taste nicer. Oh, look at he. Look at he. Smushy boy. So at the moment they have one more week of the infection suppression medication that they're on, and then I think 2 weeks after that they have to go for another blood test to see if it's been successful or if they need a second course. But the problem is it's meant to be, I need to talk to the vet about this, it's meant to be like you suppress it when they're going through times of stress sort of thing. So I'm thinking like, oh, I should see if I should put them on it when we go home for Christmas, because obviously that's going to be like a big change. So I swear every year, I guess this is just the thing of bunnies getting a bit older, but I swear every year I end up having to take more and more stuff like to travel with for the bunnies, and I'm just like, oh, I'll just have fresh pants and socks and that will see me through. Whereas the bunnies is like a little medicine cabinet. Now it's going to have to be the nebulizer as well. So yeah. Have you made some bad cups of tea? This is true. The last tea someone made me, they didn't wash all the... Oh no! I had that once where it wasn't tea, it was just a cup of water. But Alex was like, I think he had put washing up liquid into the glass to try to, because he was gonna wash it up and then didn't or something like that. And then I filled up this glass of water and I was like, why is this so bubbly? But yeah, how old are the buns? Gerry is 9 and Fifi is 7.5. She'll be 8 in March. This baby boy just turned 9. Gerry is a baby and Fifi is a baby. But yeah, I've been blessed with them for a long time. Had Gerry for 7 years now. Oh, I'm not really, like, I've not really had much of a chance to follow TI. I know that GG won their first, but that's about all I know. Well, I think like TSM, the first and only ever British person to have been in the international, I think, is already out. But you know, it's exciting that we had someone in for the first time, even if it wasn't for very long. But yeah, I've not been like super following it. Just not really had. I don't know why there's been so much drop off for it this year. Because we're looking at like how many battle passes have been bought in previous years, and this year is like so much lower than all the other years. I just don't know what's caused it to drop off so much. It's not as popular in the UK. I guess part of it is probably just pure like statistics, I'd say. Like obviously, like America is a lot bigger than the UK, so you're more likely to get someone in something from America than that you are from England, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know if there's just not as it's not as popular as other esports. Yeah, it does seem to be like I mean, for a long time it was sort of went back between, what are the main teams that are always winning it? I mean, European teams did start doing a lot better. Obviously OG won 2 years in a row. I think that was probably a big turning point. But for a long time it would just go between like an American team winning, then a Chinese team would win, then an American team would win, sort of thing. It was just like, what's the phrase? Yo-yo? No. Swing between those two. And then all of a sudden it was just like, European teams? Oh my gosh. They've started stepping up. But yeah, never UK people. But yeah. I don't know if this is going to be like the last TI there ever is, though. Because I imagine if it has dropped off so much, that's probably going to be it. It'll probably be a final hurrah. Salaried players for League of Legends. Oh, I didn't realise they had salaries like that instead of just being prize cash money. But yeah, look at this little baby. Oh, smushy boy. You EP. I got asked to do a thing recently. I can't remember what it was, but it was like this brand deal that was like, it doesn't have a set fee, but there'll be prize money. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't win things. I'm not gonna just gamble getting paid on the chance of winning. Like, no. I keep on getting so many brand deals through as well that are like the typical sort of, you know, oh, you coming up? You can come up if you want. There you go. The typical sort of like raid structure as it's been started being known, where it's like, you know, oh, you get paid this much, but if you get this many people to sign up, you get paid this much, and you could get up to, you know, $1,500 if 1,000,000 people sign up to this, and you're like, no, 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 thank you. Imagine if a job tried that. You might get paid for your day at work. You never know if you do really well. Like, no, thank you. Dear, oh dear. Well, I guess, yeah, I've won like Yogs tournament things, but I guess I don't really win things if it's just me because I always rely on, you know, having a lovely team. So yeah. Gerry? Where he go? Also known as working in sales, yeah. It's just I mean, I've always said, like, I'm never going to do any of those sorts of, like, I'm either like, you give us a set fee or no. I don't really like the, you know, if you get 100 signups, you get blah, 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 blah. Because it just feels dodge. Just feels dodge. It's better if it's just a straight up transaction. And I keep getting, I'll tell you who is worse than Raid Shadow Legends now, is bloody HelloFresh. Like, HelloFresh are the new Raid. And every single time they email me and they're like, would you like to do a deal with HelloFresh? Every time I reply and say, no, I'm vegan. And they're like, oh, would you like to do it anyway? And I'm like, no. And then a month later, they email me again. And I'm just like, oh. At one point, I think there was like within a week or something, I had 3 different companies emailing me like, HelloFresh? I'm like, no. I still do not want to do this. Morning, Tom. I'm good. How are you? I hate the name of those sponsorship deals I get offered through Stream Elements. Oh my gosh, yes, those ones as well. It's just... Did you get that when working in camera? Yes. Yes. For like the first year that I did film stuff, I didn't get paid for anything. It was all jobs through, there's this website called Mandy. And that will be like, because it's one of those things that they'll be like, well, you can't work in this until you have experience. And it's like, well, how do I get the experience then? So, yeah. I considered HelloFresh until they shrink wrapped 1 spring onion in my friend's box. What? What? That's so silly. That is so silly. I don't know if oh my goodness, bunnies. I don't know if it's any different now. Because once I got onto like the more official side of things, like once I started you know, working for the BBC and stuff, then I hello. Just being sniffed. Then it was fine. But it's just, you know, getting into... Well, actually, no, I was in a paid job before I started at the BBC. I had a paid runner job, which I think was that maybe my first paid job. Maybe. I was like a production runner in an office. And then I got to be, once we went into production, I got to be the runner on set. But yeah. And I worked with someone on that who got me into Holby City through awkwardness. They misheard something I said. And I can't remember exactly how it went, but we were chatting and they were talking about working in Holby City, and I asked them something and they sort of looked at me and then they responded like, oh yeah, sure, I'll see if they give you an interview. And I was like, what did they think that I said? But I ended up going in and I got a job for, for like the next month. And yeah. I know you mean working at Hobie, but I like to imagine she was just such a big fan, she got you into it. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much set me up for every other thing I ever worked on after that. So whatever she heard, I was clearly very persuasive. So that was a really lovely job. That was a very good training job. Fifi. Working on Hobie. Hello. No, not yes, Fifi. Well, I guess it's time for me to head off. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, should we go to Clyde again? Clyde is very lovely. I will have to get on with work, so I will have to raid and run. That experience made you very good at filming, Bunny, is true. It's all been building up to this. My most filmic of jobs. And you're gonna get up on the chair again, Fifi. Only bananas in the fruit bowl? Oh my gosh, there is. Oh no, she knows. Well, everyone, I will be live on this channel later because there's no Tis the Kingdom today because of Sarah being off at TwitchCon. So it's just gonna be little me getting turned down for dates. Oh my gosh. I just remembered what happened last night on Baldur's Gate. So yeah, it will just be me getting turned down for some dates and maybe getting some other dates on Moonstone Island. Which is shut up, Anhole. Which is nice. So yeah, everyone have a lovely day. I'll see some of you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye for now. No, Anhole. No. Bye-bye, everyone. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye. Oh, Fifi, you've abandoned me. You weren't meant to leave. You're meant to stay here. You're deciding which chair to chew on, Fifi. What'd she do? What'd she do? We gone. Nice. Nice. They'll never know. Bye-bye.